a dispute over an unpaid debt. Imagine the terrifying, paralyzing weight of a financial disaster that threatens to completely ruin your life. You know, that daily, suffocating dread where your entire future hangs on a legal outcome that is, well, anything but straightforward. Because honestly, it's not just about the money, is it? It's about that crushing pressure, that awful feeling that your life is no longer your own, that it's been hijacked by this massive corporate machinery that never sleeps, never stops, and absolutely never forgets. Think about enduring years of silent anxiety, just waking up every single day waiting for this massive legal hammer to finally drop and wondering, is today the day everything just collapses around me? Yeah, I want you to imagine that your entire escape from this nightmare, your one singular lifeline out of the dark, comes down to something so unimaginably small, it's literally invisible to the naked eye. While this isn't just a hypothetical, this was the actual lived experience of a man named Derek Penna. He found himself trapped in exactly this kind of escalating financial nightmare, facing down an opponent with seemingly endless resources. So, let's look at how this started. Back in early 2021, Derek took out what seemed like a totally manageable loan of 1,500 euros. It was supposed to be just a straightforward transaction, right? Just a simple temporary way to bridge a gap and keep moving forward. But man, the situation spiraled incredibly fast. Capital interest, fast issuance commissions, and these mounting late penalties just aggressively attached themselves to his balance. Before he knew it, that original loan was completely buried under a mountain of specialized fees. And then, things got worse. The original lender eventually sold his account to a massive debt collection company. Suddenly, the financial pressure on Derek became absolutely immense. He was now up against a specialized, heavily resourced corporate entity that was basically designed to relentlessly extract payment. But then, nothing. Followed by what we can only call the silent years. It was a long, agonizing stretch of time where Derek lived under the psychological shadow of this ballooning debt, but with absolutely no word on when the final reckoning would actually happen. The court did not focus on emotion. It asked one key legal question. Did the debt collector wait too long to file their claim? Okay, so here's the deal. The central legal issue here rested entirely on whether this corporate debt collection company filed their lawsuit after their legal window of opportunity had completely expired. It was a simple, objective, and strictly binary determination. You see, civil law operates on this really strict 3-year legal clock. It's a crucial rule that prevents companies from just hunting down citizens over old debts forever. Basically, once that clock hits 0, their power to legally collect the debt is entirely gone. Poof. Let's look at the timeline. The full debt was officially demanded in June 2021. That means the 3-year clock definitively expired in June 2024. Yet, incredibly, the corporate collection company didn't actually file the lawsuit against Derek until April 2025. Now, the debt collectors, they confidently argued that they had legally paused the clock. They claimed they had been continuously sending electronic warnings to Derek over those silent years, which would effectively reset that 3-year timer over and over again. And they brought receipts, or so they thought. They presented the legal authority with a comprehensive list of actions, pointing to warning text messages, multiple emails sent over the years, and they even boldly claimed Derek had actually responded and promised to pay them back. But Derek swore up and down he never received a single warning, not one. This absolute denial prompted the legal authority to play detective. They literally rolled up their sleeves and scrutinized the raw, underlying data of these corporate claims. And guess what they found? When they compared the debt collector's mailing logs directly against Derek's original loan contract, they uncovered the smoking gun, a detail so perfectly hidden it almost worked. The exact nature of the error came down to just one single character. The debt collectors had been sending every single legal threat to an email address with an N, an N with a tilde, but Derek's actual official contract used a standard English N. The legal authority noted that because of the literal, totally unforgiving architecture of the internet, this tiny difference means the true addressee just can't receive the messages. This single microscopic keystroke error meant every legal warning they sent just bounced right into the digital void. So what does that mean? It means there were exactly 0 legally valid reminders, 0 proof of messages sent to his actual verified phone number, and absolutely 0 legally recognized pauses to that ticking clock. Without those legal pauses, The 3-year legal deadline had definitively passed. In fact, it had expired 10 full months before that massive debt collection company ever even set foot in the building to file their lawsuit. Because of a single typo, the debt collector's rights were entirely extinguished. The case was dismissed, and Derek Pena walked away completely free from the crushing financial burden that had consumed his entire life. It leaves us with a really stark reminder. While human lives are messy, chaotic, and emotional, the machinery of the law relies on absolute, unforgiving precision. In the world of contracts and legal timelines, a single misplaced keystroke can literally be the exact difference between absolute financial ruin and total freedom. So it kind of begs the question, if your entire financial future hung in the balance, how closely would you check the fine print? One decision changed everything. Watch the next case right here and subscribe for more real stories.